Why do some colleagues build strong, lasting relationships and achieve remarkable success while others stumble? The secret to their triumph is rooted in the emotional intelligence. That's what we are going to discuss today. I recall a colleague who excelled in her career despite lacking technical expertise. Her educational skill is not that great anyway, but her exceptional people skills, empathy, and self awareness earned her the respect and admiration in achieving that greatness. Her emotional intelligence helped her navigate complex and build strong network. Her success inspired me to explore the power of emotional intelligence and hence this video today. Emotional intelligence has got 5 elements, namely self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Self-awareness involves recognizing one's emotions and strength, while self-regulation entails managing emotions and impulses very effectively. Motivation drives individuals towards their goals, no doubt about that, and only empathy enables them to understand others' perspective, and that's where the relationship builds. Social skills facilitate effective communication and relationships. These are all the components you must understand in order to practice this. Before we get into the further details, let me share with you some benefits of emotional intelligence, meaning high emotional intelligence. Developing emotional intelligence yields numerous benefits. I'm going to list down a few here. Developing emotional intelligence yields numerous results, including enhanced relationships, teamwork, improved decision making, and increased empathy. The whole thing is perfectly required in whatever role you do in your organization. Effective emotional intelligence also facilitates conflict resolution and stress management, that we are going to see it in a minute. Moreover, emotionally intelligent individuals tend to excel in leadership roles and enjoy better overall well-being. So by cultivating these emotional intelligence components or emotional intelligence as such, you can unlock your full potential. Some of the benefits, as I mentioned, include increased empathy, which means that you will have a better coordination with your team. Obviously, this results in improved relationships with your supervisors, with your managers, colleagues, friends, in whatever settings you are. It will enhance your communication in a way that you sustain these relationships, and it gives a clear message to your team what they need to do and what they should not be doing either. So obviously you will build a good team. Team building is very, very important in an organizational setup that this emotional intelligence will give you. And because you are going to engage with the employees, for example, your colleagues or your reportees, it is going to improve employee engagement. So as an organization throughout, it will help to get the feedback and take corrective actions wherever it is appropriate. That results in a positive work environment. See the list of benefits it takes you through. And in case of a conflict normally will be reduced, but in case of a conflict, you will be in a better position to manage that conflict well. And last but not least, you will have increased or enhanced adaptability towards any changes in the organization. That includes a perfect decision making towards adapting to the new change. So first, let's talk about a few important components in the workplace that involves emotional intelligence. Effective communication is one among them, and it is very, very important. And it is the cornerstone of successful relationships in the workplace. So it involves actively listening to others, which means that you need to have that level of emotional intelligence to manage to listen to others, so that you don't jump onto some words, something you hear from others. So you will curtail down on all those things and you will respond. You won't react, you will respond appropriately after listening through the entire conversation. So emotionally intelligent individuals adapt their communication style to suit different situations and audiences. By doing so, you will foster trust. That is very, very essential in the whole life cycle in an organization and for a personal reason as well. And it will foster conflict resolutions and it will help you build strong relationships. Building strong relationship in an organization is very, very foundational, and that foundation completely rests upon the individual's emotional intelligence. Because if you are out of place, what will happen is that, for example, I'll give you a scenario where you are a talkative person, and if you are asked to do an independent job, you may not fit in there most likely. On the other hand, if you are a reserved person, you won't talk to other people, you won't get in touch with others voluntarily, or upon questioning, you won't respond, or you respond very, very rudely or abruptly, then you can't work in a team. The reason being is that your emotional conditioning of handling people is quite different. So in order to have a proper team relationships, you need to have the right set of emotional intelligence in your workplace. And this is the basis of an emergence of a leader in you. Leaders with high emotional intelligence inspire people, motivate the teams, and they make informed decisions, empathize with others, and regulate their emotions very effectively. And such leaders coach, mentor people, develop the team, and foster the growth and development of the organization or the team as such. So they create a positive work environment, driving results and end respects. This character called emotional intelligence in you not only does all these benefits, it also helps you to advance your career. And it plays a very, very significant role in the process. Emotionally intelligent individuals like you communicate very effectively and very strongly build relationships. And you will navigate through the office politics very effectively. That you will see for yourself. You will adapt to change, innovate, and drive results, positioning yourself for success. That's where your career advancement is going to happen. So how to develop this emotional intelligence? The first one is self-awareness. It is the foundation, no doubt, of emotional intelligence. There are quite a few strategies in developing self-awareness that include journaling, seeking feedback, identifying your strengths and weakness, and the self-assessment. These practices enable you to recognize your emotions, your values, and your motivations. Self-awareness fosters your personal growth, improves relationships with your friends and colleagues, and enhances the decision-making process. The next strategy in developing is self-regulating. This includes managing your emotions and impulses very effectively. You should not be branded as a emotionally negative person, which means that you can't, or your responses can't be gauged correctly. So nobody will know how you will react to certain circumstances. That is an issue. So you need to manage, you need to be mindful of the whatever is going on around you, and you start something like meditating upon those things and properly identifying those things, and you should have the self-control too before you start reacting to that or responding to that. These practices help you to reduce the stress levels, improve your mood as well, and enhance relationships with your team. The next strategy is empathy building. You need to develop, first of all, you need to think that like you, there are so many people around you who want the same kind of attention as you want, and the same kind of recognition they want. So which means that you need to work with them in a manner that you understand them. Okay, that means you have to develop that degree of empathy that helps you to work with others. That is possible by volunteering certain actions, understanding their problems, and trying to help them out with certain solutions. So by developing this empathy, you can understand others' need, build trust. That is very, very important. You can build trust with them and facilitate effective communication. The next strategy is that you need to develop strong communication skills. When I say strong, it includes effective communication skills, which means that you need to be assertive, but at the same time, you should not be rude. You should be polite, but still assertive on your thoughts. And at the same time, when confronted with a different perspective or with a different result set, you should be in a position to understand that and accept or debate accordingly so that there is no conflict. That is where your communication is going to help you. All these problems come to you because somewhere in the back of all these things, you lacked possibly in the kind of knowledge or skill. That is why either you feel threatened and you start shouting at others, or you feel something like insecure because you don't know about something, so you assumed in a wrong way. You build your own stories around yourself. So there could be multiple root causes, but most likely the root cause will be either to knowledge or to skill or both. So you need to attend workshops, you need to learn continuously, you need to go to industry events, you learn manuals, you need probably if you are in software development, you need to write your own code to see for yourself how all these things work. Then you start interacting with others. Definitely you can see growth for yourself, improved relationships for yourself, and obviously your career will be fast tracked. And while doing all this strategy, you are likely to have a few challenges that, like, because you do not know how to react, so you will react in some ways, right? So obviously it will invite certain troubles, so you will have a stress because you do not know how to interact, or you may have to work a lot and it will create a kind of burnout. So you need to avoid these two by learning on a continual basis about your area of work. It could be a hard skill, it could be a soft skill, whatever it is, and do all these things so that in a proactive way you can avoid this stress and burnout. The emotional obstacles, if you really look at, it will be like, I don't know whether you have seen for yourself, maybe you would have done that in your organization or with any other settings like family or friends. In case if you get into that kind of a mindset, what will happen is that you will burst out, which obviously means that you need to overcome these kind of mental situations. That is only possible if you are having certain support system. Maybe you need to have friends or families or colleagues who can understand and help you with. Maybe you need to reframe your thoughts in a way that you are looking for positive things instead of looking regressively or negatively. You need to overcome such kind of negative thoughts or where there is an outburst. So you need to practice in such a way that you are resilient enough to handle such situations. So these emotional obstacles are definitely a real obstacle in your career. And if you are able to overcome that, what will happen is that you will start gaining certain confidence because you would have built a reasonable level of resilience to handle failures, to foresee certain things, or maybe in a positive frame of mind, or when to contact your support systems. So that way you will become resilient. And while you do all these things, naturally what happens to you is that your life, in a self sense, you will start practicing certain well-beings, because there is no problem from your colleagues, there is no problem from your peers, no problem from your subordinate. You will be in a level of tranquility or in a level of mental comfort where you won't be stressing out, or you won't be burning out, or you will be in a natural tendency. In that case, your productivity will be astonishingly high, I can tell you that. So the key takeaways in today's discussion are on few points. I just repeat that emotional intelligence is essential for your professional success. Developing emotional intelligence improves relationships and decision making. Self awareness and empathy are key components, while effective communication plays a vital role. Continuous learning and growth are very vital in this. There are quite a few books available like Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman, Emotional Intelligence 2.0 by Travis Bradbury and Jane Greaves. There are Harvard Business Review on this. Mind tools are there. There are a lot of online tools like from Coursera and stuff like that. So to wrap up, emotional intelligence is very crucial for your early career success. Developing emotional intelligence enhances relationships, decision making, and overall well being. By understanding and cultivating emotional intelligence, individuals unlock full potential. So is you. Continuous learning and growth are real vital. And remember that emotional intelligence is a journey and not a destination, and it is not a one-off. Developing emotional intelligence requires commitment, practice, and self-awareness. By incorporating emotional intelligence into your life, you will have enhanced relationships, better decision making, and overall well-being. Remember, emotional intelligence is key to unlocking exceptional career success and personal growth. Thank you for joining me in today's discussion. This is Gokul. I hope these inspire you to start building your leadership skills today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more career development tips. Thank you. Cheers.